This video is for anyone with a CDL A or B in the state of Connecticut, and you want to get your H or N endorsement, that's hazmat or tanker. If you acquire both, which you should, and is basically the purpose of this video, that becomes X on your license. This is all about CDL maximization or increasing your value in order to increase your compensation. No rhyme intended. In the trucking industry, the two areas that make the most money are OTR, over the road solo, or in teams driving with someone. Whether you're employed by someone or your owner operator, that is definitely the way to go if that works out for you, and I hope it does. Or hazmat, so it's either long distance or danger, right? I know some of this, may not apply to some of you because you have families and being away for a long period of time is not possible or not conducive to your lifestyle or healthy. And also putting yourself in a dangerous situation because you have a family. But still, don't discredit or push the information aside. It might help someone you know, so just keep it, pass it along. The first thing you need to do is head down to your local DMV and ask them for Form R229A for commercial driver's license. Let them know that you need 4 forms. If they ask why, say it's because you're adding 2 different endorsements to your license. So 1 for each and 1 form extra just in case you make a mistake. Next, you need to take care of your fingerprints with the TSA. Now on their website, you can apply online for your HME, which is your Hazardous Materials Endorsement background check, your fingerprints. And also you can apply for your TWIC card. Your TWIC card, that is your Transportation Workers Identification Credential. Basically, clearance, You basically have clearance to go into government facilities or the like, proving who you are, especially since you're transporting hazardous materials. Once you apply and pass the approval process, you can then book your appointment to go to an identical location for your HME and your TWIC card. You can find the identical locations on the TSA website. I went to the one located on 350 State Street in North Haven. The hours of operation there are Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. There are others in the state of Connecticut, so do your research on the one that's closest to you. Make sure you bring 2 forms of identification. I brought my CDL and my passport. Other acceptable forms besides your CDL, your license, is Social Security card and birth certificate. The cost of the HME endorsement background check is $86.25. The cost of the TWIC card is $124. Also keep in mind you will need to be fingerprinted a second time. Your TWIC card would arrive in the mail within between 5 to 10 business days. After that, another week or so, you'll get your TWIC card PIN code. It's a credit card size card. It's really thin, paper thin, and it has a PIN code on it that you'll need to use to enter government locations, facilities, things like that. And they may also, or take your fingerprints again to verify who you are in order to gain access when delivering hazmat materials. All right? So just be prepared to do that in the future. And also, after this, you're gonna fully be in the system. So keep that in mind if that's something you're opposed to, which if you have a cell phone, they know exactly who you are. So it don't matter at this point. The link will be provided for that in the description. Next is ELDT training, which is entry-level driver training. You need to take hazmat theory. You can find a provider on the FMCSA, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration website. I chose Allstate in Seymour. I'm not affiliated with them at all. The cost was $175 for the class or the training. Someplace else that I checked out in Cheshire was trying to charge me $300. So, Also, Allstate for me worked out well. It gave me the ability to actually go and sit in the class or either do it from a Zoom call. I chose to do that because I was in the comfort of my own home. It's really easy. You're basically going over the commercial driver's license manual with all the stuff that applies to hazmat. Let's see. Also, after putting this information together, I did realize that I could have found it cheaper by doing it with someone online. Just make sure that they're one of the training providers on the FMCSA provider website. All right. Don't use anybody else. Use the link provided in the description. All right. Once you pass and get the course, that information will be uploaded into the system, into the DMV for you. So wait a few days. But then again, you shouldn't be in a rush anyway, because now is your time to study. During the ELDT training, you'll be instructed to use the commercial driver's license manual, which has all the information in regards to hazmat and tanker. But this is not what you need to pass the test. Okay? There are 3 apps that I'm going to recommend that you need to use concurrently and religiously, and to alternate between the 3. They have the exact questions on the test in those apps. All right. The first and most important one is CDL Prep. The second is CDL Prep CDL. That sounds weird, but whatever. The third is CHRIST CDL. All right. I'm not sure if it's pronounced Christ, but there's no H. I believe it's CHRIST. After you study, you'll be confident and ready to book your appointments online at your DMV to take your knowledge test. Hazmat has 30 questions. You only need to pass 24. Tanker has 20, and you only need to pass 16. You will be asked during this process, when you're trying to book your appointment, if you have any compliance issues. That means if you owe taxes on a vehicle, or if you let your insurance lapse, or you currently don't have insurance or registration on a vehicle. You have to get this sorted before you proceed, because otherwise, if you book an appointment and you go down and you have compliance issues, you will not be able to take your test. So try to get all of this situated beforehand. I am providing the links for the knowledge test scheduling, and also to check beforehand if you have compliance issues, even before you even get to the part of trying to book your appointment. All right. When you go down, make sure you bring all your paperwork, multiple forms of ID. I only needed my license, and also bring your DOT medical card. But just bring everything, just in case. You don't want to get told some people behind the desk are different than others. Like for instance, some people have told me after they've passed some of these things, they were allowed to keep their previous license. They snatched mine. When I first got my CDL, they snatched my original Class D license, and other people were saying, yeah, they allowed me to keep mine. So just make sure you covered all bases. Bring everything with you. All right. Each test has a $5 fee. Once you pass, they're going to ask you if you want to upgrade your license that day. If you do so on another day, it's $30. All right. Now, if you're able to book both tests within the same day, it'll be $5 for each test, but the upgrade would only be $30 once. Otherwise, if you do your test at 2 separate times, you'll have to pay $30 twice, and to upgrade your license for each endorsement, and also the $5 for each test. So just set aside $70 just in case. All right. That's basically it. This is an easy process. Studying is not all that hard. Like I said, trying to memorize the manual. Just focus on those 3 apps that I recommended. Keep doing the practice tests and the exam tests over and over and over and over and over. Alternate between the 3, and before you know it, you're going to memorize it all. And when you go down to take the test, because it's all computerized, multiple choice, it's easy. Simple as pie. All right? Other than that, pounding a bear hug, and please always remember to walk in the light. Peace.